The Mono AMC2 Neo is a professional audio interface built for solo content creators that allows you to connect your microphone, guitar, keyboard, or other instruments to your computer or mobile device. It features a high quality preamp with 48-volt phantom power, headphone output, and a monitor. With the Mono AMC2 Neo, you can record, mix, and stream your audio with ease and clarity. Whether you're a podcaster, musician, singer, or gamer, the Mono MC2 Neo is the perfect solution for your audio needs on a budget. As with all Mono products, the packaging of the AMC2 Neo comes in direct gold and black colors with direct and secure access to the contents of the box. The first item you're greeted with is the user manual and the warranty card and information card to get started with the AMC2 Neo. Next is the AMC2 Neo itself, and you get a 3.5mm to 3.5mm TRRS cable and a USB-C to USB-A cable. And that's pretty much everything in the box. The MC2 Neo comes in black, white, and pink, so you can get an array of color choices. I've got a black one here, as you know. Black is cool. At the back of the Maonocaster AMC2 Neo, from left to right, you get the power button, USB-C charging port for power pass-through, which charges the MC2 Neo and lets some little bit of power out to connected mobile devices. Although you should get your own power supply for mobile devices if you're doing this. And if you're connected to your computer, that will not power your computer. You then get another USB-C port for connecting to your mobile phone or computer for recording, and you can use the accompanying USB-C to USB-A cable for that purpose. You also get a line out for output and headphone monitoring. Additionally, you have an aux input for analog audio source to add to your mix if you are into something like that. And finally, you have the microphone input, which supports XLR and a quarter inch input in the middle. So you have a mix of XLR and quarter inch input into the Monocaster C2 Neo. You can also use the Bluetooth feature to pair up your phone or tablet as input if it's something you want to get audio, music, or anything generally coming from your computer or other devices as Bluetooth input into the Monocaster system. You get up to 60 decibel input gain, which is nice and good to ensure that you have crispy clear audio for yourself. You also have the input fader, and to the far right, you have the headphone output control fader, which controls the amount of monitoring you get and the amount. If you're using this as a computer output, which I've done, you can also use that to control the amount of computer output that you get. And in the middle of the AMC tuner, you get a large button which is the USB-C and line output volume, which generally just controls the general volume, the master volume of what you get in your streams or recording, which I think is really nice and good in there. And of course, you get meters to the left and right of your input and output volume, which helps you check out the levels of your audio input so you can see when you're clipping, when you're shouting, or anything like that is going on in your mix. And coming to the lower part of the AM22 Neo, you get the left button, which is the 48-volt phantom power button. So if you have a more powerful condenser microphone, you can use that to power it up. And then you have the Bluetooth pairing button, which we'll demo in a while. You have the reverb button. You have the six level preset reverb buttons to choose from. You also have the side shade or music only control monitor. So if you're having some input, you might want to disable your voice for a moment. You also have the direct monitoring and loop back options. So if you want to enable music only, you press this for a little bit much longer time for about 3 seconds to enable music only and then sidechain only. Just a simple press. For direct monitor and loop back, also anything you see below here, you press for 3 seconds to activate and press for 3 seconds to deactivate, and a single press to activate the main functions. And you also have the pitch presets, which we'll also be demoing in a while. And then you have the noise reducer, which I actually have on level one at the moment. The noise reducer level is on two levels. I have it on level one at the moment because there's some bit of noise from the fan on my computer. And during the demo time, I'll actually show you what the real audio sounds like without the noise reducer function. And then you also have the three sound pads here, which is customizable, and you can get some button sounds from Mono themselves if you send them an email to actually get some nice bits of effect. But of course, you can modify this to have some maybe some intro sounds, some outro sounds for your streams and stuff in here, which I think is really super duper nice. And remember, this is meant for solo creators. If you need to get the one for two people input, two input here, you will need to consider the other mono offerings that do that. I'll also drop the link in the video description for that. Now, the built-in 1500 milliampere battery ensures you are powered up for up to 7 hours on a full charge. So the MC2 is a great candidate for those who generally have to record on the road or create on the road. It is good for them so you can get your recording done on the go. Now, if you're using the headset monitoring, you usually get a voice prompt to tell you what you are exactly doing on the Monocaster C2 Neo, which I think is a very nice feature and let you know exactly what you're going to get once you start messing around with the button. Of course, you're not exactly messing around, you're just getting a feel of what you're doing here. All the audio for this video that I'm recording is recorded directly into the Monocaster C2 Neo using my audio recording software. I've not done any editing whatsoever. I've not done any EQ, any compression or anything. You're hearing it raw. And I'm using this Monocaster C2 Neo with the Mono PD100 device, which I'll also drop the link to the review in another video. It's a great device if you want to check it out. So you are ensured that you're actually covered on the mono ecosystem if you want to consider this. And remember, even though I'm using this with the Mono PD100, you can use this with any of the mono microphones that support XLR output, and you can also use any other XLR microphones, the Shure SM7 base, the Audio Technica 8200, and any other XLR microphone you actually want to use. And also, if you have an instrument input, that's the quarter-inch jack, you can also use that in here. So you have a wide array of choices to actually pick out from. So it doesn't just support mono devices, it supports any other competing devices. So which I think is really super duper nice if you don't want to get the mono microphone. But I highly recommend you get in the same ecosystem to have the end-to-end experience of what it offers. Now, to start the demo process, I'm just gonna put my headphone on here to listen and have a bit of fun. I've tested it out a little bit and I liked what I got out of it, but I wanted to sort of listen to it again to see uh, the kind of audio I get. So let's get to actually setting that. So I have the volume gain set to 75% here, and my microphone volume input set also to 75%. So I have the gain to 75%, which is about 50-ish decibel gain, and I have the fader set to 75%. Although I need to come a little bit closer if you're going to hear the deep, rich bass, but my general recording position is where I'm sat at, so you sort of have a feel of what you're getting for the recording. But you can always come close if you wish to. And I think I'm actually going to do that. So just give me a moment to adjust my chair level so I can come a little bit closer to the microphone, because on a general day-to-day note, this is almost how I would be recording, because I'll have this boomed up to the to a mic arm. But of course, you can always still use the bass that comes with the microphone if you can have it as close to you as possible. But for my personal use case, I would be having this a little bit closer to my mouth on a boom arm. But because I wanted to demo this to you in the real sense of it, I'm not using any other accessory apart from what Mono offers. The first thing I'll test out is actually I'm not using the 48-volt phantom power because this microphone I'm using here does not require it. So I will skip that bit. And then let's test out the Bluetooth functionality now. So I have my Samsung S21 Ultra right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pair it up to Bluetooth. So I'll press down this button here and I should find the device here. I have another mono device here. Ignore this one here. I should have the C2 Neo paired up here, and I'm gonna pair that up. So you can see the Bluetooth light comes on alive right here. So I can start now and start getting audio. So let's get some music in. Of course, I need to get my own music in so I don't get copyright infringement notices. So let me just search for some of my music and put that on there. Okay, I'm not getting that. I'm not so sure that works out, but it's playing. Blessed. All right. To be able to do that, to be able to get that input, I needed to turn the aux input. So if I turn it down, the music is gone and it's back in. So we control the Bluetooth input and the aux input with the same aux port in here. This is the first time I'm actually testing that out. So it's super nice. Okay, okay, that's that for the out audio. Let's get that out of the way. You don't want to listen to that on a on a general day, but generally that's what it feels like if you're using the Bluetooth to control to get audio input in here. And then let's test out the reverb settings, and I'm gonna tell you the reverb setting I'm on, and you see what it sounds like in the stream. So the first level, karaoke mode. Karaoke mode. This is the karaoke mode on the Mono AMC2 Neo. So you can start singing. Oh, I know you rescued my soul. His blood has covered my sins. Now, let's go to the next one. Church mode. Welcome to church, people. It is good to have you hop in here joining us into the service. Today we're going to be looking at the book of Psalm, chapter 25, verse 2, which says, you get the feel of the audio. Yeah, I'm not in church. Let's get to the next one. This is all mode, so it sort of has more echo to sort of, give you that feel. So if it's something you're into, you have a feel of what all sounds like. Valley mode. This is valley mode. I don't know who's gonna use valley mode, but that's what that sounds like. Oh, that's that tundra feel. If you can hear it, so you have that tundra feel. Thunder. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm not gonna blow your ears out with that. And this is room settings. This is room settings, sort of a bit of reverby. Of course, it's supposed to be reverb in there. That is room. And this is back to the original mode now with my normal voice setting, which is nice and good. Original mode. And then I can set the side chain on. That's if I want to do some audio to come alongside my setting, and then to enable music only mode I press it down, so it's music only, to ensure that I only get this audio in. So whatever I'm saying would not be reflected. Yep, is it reflecting? I think it is. I'm not so sure, but I'll find out when I'm doing the editing of the video later on. Musical is now off. Side chain off. Now direct monitor is on. It means I can hear whatever is going on in my head. And I can turn that off. And it means I'm not hearing anything in this headset anymore. Then loop back is good if you want to get audio recorded to your sound parts manually, or you just want to sort of, so if you have an input coming from here or another device and you want that to be recorded alongside, and you want to hear that also in your head as you do stuff, you can do that also. So let me turn that back off and turn on my direct monitoring again. And then, of course, let us test the pitch presets. So it's in original mode now, default level. So level 1, female
sound. This is what I sound like if I was to be a female. Oh, yo, people, welcome to today's podcast. Today I'm gonna be telling you all about the nice things of life. So it's funny. I sound a bit drunk there. I don't know what I sound like. Drunk.
and this is male audio settings.
Welcome to today's podcast. I don't sound like that as a male, but if I had a teeny tiny voice, this is what I would have sounded like as a male, so I can sort of modify my audio to sound a little bit like that. That is nice. That is good. That is something you might want to try out if you're into something like that.
This is baby mode. I wish I was a baby. I wish things were just so simple in life. Just wake up, drink milk, eat breakfast, watch TV, watch Cocomelon, and sleep. That is really fun. That is really fun. And the next one I'm gonna test out here is
Robot mode. Robot. Am I a robot? Am I a robot? This is what I'm gonna sound like if I was a robot. But I'm not a robot. I'm not a robot. And we're
Back to the fourth mode. So you have four uh, audio presets for your pitch if you wanted to do that. And I mentioned I have the noise reducer on level one at the moment because I have my fan blowing here and it's sort of close to the microphone. So I don't want to get that into the recording, which is what I'm using. I'm not using any other noise reducing feature. I'm using the one native to the mono AMC2 Neo right here. So let's go to level two now. Now, high level of noise cancellation. I don't know what you're hearing in the recording, but I don't want to do so much. So I'm moving my hand around here. Even I can hear myself in the microphone now. Now, noise cancellation is off, and this is what my environment would sound like on an ideal day. My laptop fan blowing, my desktop blowing. I don't have my other fan on, but that is what it's gonna sound like. I can hear it in my head. I don't know if it gets in the recording or affects some other things. And I'm gonna turn it back to level one now so I don't mess up the audio. I know y'all can forgive bad video, but y'all can forgive bad audio. So back to level one now, and this is what the Monocaster City actually sounds like. So as I mentioned, it's great for solo content creators. It's something you would definitely want to try out if it's something you're looking at. So let me just get my setup back again here. So and of course, all the audio you're hearing from this video, I've not modified in any way, not set any EQ, not set any other parameters. I am just recording direct into the setup here. And the sound part, I've not customized this in any way, so it's something you would have to look out for to read the manual to see how to set it up. It's pretty simple. Set the loop back on and sidechain on, and then of course read the user manual and how you set these controls. I'll be doing this up and setting this up later. So what I think of the Mono AMC2 Neo is it is a great mic. It's a great audio interface. You can use this with any XLR or quarter inch input, which is nice. And I recommend this generally for anyone looking to get a decent audio mix. And it comes under £60 or $60 depending on where you're from at the time of this recording. So it's quite a steal for what the packs really. I I can always recommend this. And given my long term relationship with Monio, of course, they did send me this, but they don't have any input into how or the reviews I make of this. So if I'm saying something good, it means it's good. It actually means that I'll be using it from day to day. I have old one, the Monocaster Lite that I've been using since I got it in my main setup, which I think is really super duper nice. I probably, if I'm using XLR, I will be using the Monocaster C2 Neo. If I'm not using XLR in my day to day, I'll be using the Monocaster Lite, and they have other audio interfaces also you can actually check out from. So I'm saying what I've been using from day to day. If you check my video setup uh, on my YouTube channel, you see it is always on my desk. It is something I use from day to day to control my audio and have a mix of what I'm done. So you can check this out. It's for gamers, for teachers, for podcasters, voiceover artists, and anyone who needs good audio recording done. And I'll be dropping the links to the video, and I'll be dropping the links to get one in the video description and also in the pinned comment, so you can sure to check it out and actually enjoy it for yourself if you like the audio you hear from this. And as a reminder, I've been recording into it using the Mono PD100 microphone, which I think is also a great budget microphone that comes in a nice matte black body. This is right here. I will be dropping the review video for that one also, almost alongside this one, because they came in almost together, just a day apart. And that is what that sounds like. And it might be my go-to microphone from day to day. Now, I might also be using it with other devices to actually test out the compatibility and every other thing they has to offer. Now, one thing you probably have not seen so well is the fader button here because I've not been shouting into the system, so it's pretty mellow. But I can come a little bit closer and you can see what that really sounds like if I was to be up close, personal. This about an inch away from the microphone that I'm using. But of course, this is not a microphone review video. There's a mixer audio interface review video, so I'm focusing mainly on the audio interface. And once I get to the unboxing and review of this one, I will test out all the cool features of the microphone itself, and then I will use this also with the Mono PD, the Monocaster C2 Neo, and test out what that feels like. I have the Bluetooth paired now, so I'm not going anywhere with that really. So that's what that sounds like. I have the input at 75, output at 75, again at 75%. So that is what that really sounds like. I can turn that down and you see what that really still sounds like. I still get audio in my head, but Maono recommends actually even using the card that comes along with it that you set it at 75% for both to get that rolling. And then, of course, if you have Bluetooth connected, if you have any auxiliary input, you should always turn this on also to ensure you get your audio in. It's something you need to check out. And if you need more output level, you can always turn this to max. I don't think it will really peak, but generally, just turn things to be at a pretty safe level. So you see, as I turn the controls here, you can see those lights come alive. But I'll set this at 5% and I'll let that be as is. But I can tell this for a fact that when I was before recording this video, when I was testing this out, I liked what I heard. I liked the recording, but of course, I'm not doing any special effects on this audio. I can assure you of that. And if you really need to check it out, it's something I would recommend highly to check out if you want to get one of these. Remember, also I'll put the link in the video description and also a pinned comment if you need to check it out. So I'll be seeing you again in another video. Really, that's my general overview of the Monocaster Sutu Neo. I like the compactness. I like how it looks. I like how it feels. It feels sturdy. Doesn't slip off my desk. And I will be modifying my setup to actually use this from day to day so I can give you a more long-term review of it to see if it's something that really fits in my setup. But I think it really does because I generally don't do two-person recording in my office. So I would need to make it a more solo system. But of course, if you need to input, remember again, Mono has audio interface solutions for that little bit right there. So let's not beat around the bush and actually go ahead and get along with our lives. And I'll see you again in another video. Stay safe and goodbye.